Welcome back to Houston Life. Houston-based nonprofit, the Freedom Child Foundation, works to keep families together even through prison walls, making sure collect calls and miles between them do not stop them from staying in each other's lives.
Yeah, founder and CEO Wandjell Harvey-Robinson knows just how difficult this situation can be. So her parents were incarcerated when she was only 8 years old. Wandjell is joining us now along with Scott Lazarson, chairman of the board. And they tell us, you know, they're helping kids stay close to their parents and build brighter futures. Wandjell, I want to start with you because, you know, that's such an amazing it's an amazing cause, but where does it all start? Tell us a little bit about your background.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, it's an honor that we're here. And this work that I'm doing is literally my life story. At 8 years old, both of my parents, mom and dad, were incarcerated at the same time. I have 4 other siblings, and we went into foster care. And my younger brother and I went to live with my dad's mom. And during their incarceration, it just was so difficult to maintain a relationship. I'm originally from Illinois, and at that time, the phone calls were just way too expensive for my granny. And so it got to the place where my dad was like, I'm not going to call because I know that your mom needs to talk to you guys. And so I would talk to my dad maybe once a month. And when my mom would call, we were trying to share a 30-second phone call to keep the cost very minimal. Hey, Mom, I love you so much. School is going great. Pass it to my little brother. Pass it to my granny. And so that went on, and I learned that letter writing was very important, but I mean, I'm 8 years old, I'm so busy. Who has time to really sit down and write a letter? And also, I don't know any other kids writing letters to their parents. And so letter writing was a tool that we used, but I didn't use it that often, and going to visitation was not happening that often either because my mom was like an hour away, we had to rent a car, we already don't have a lot of money. And so everything that I lacked while my parents were incarcerated, we created in the Freedom Child Foundation.
Wow.
Your story is just so compelling and impactful because I think what you're saying for a lot of our viewers, it's kind of an aha moment. Like a lot of people never consider that even a collect call is something that is a huge barrier for so many families. Fast forward to today, you have made it your life's mission, Wandjell, to ensure that other young people who find themselves in the situation you were in so long ago, that they can stay connected to their parents. And now, I mean, you guys have blown the doors off this thing. You're trying to change legislation. We're talking prison reform, visits to prison. Can you just sort of give us an overview of the scope of work you're doing today, Wandjell?
Absolutely. In America, there's more than 5 million children impacted by parental incarceration. And so those are kids who are being disrupted from their families. Their families don't have the means to stay in contact with them because the cost of the phone calls, going to visitation is just very hard. And so there are so many kids who go to sleep at night not being able to tell their parent, I love you, just because they're incarcerated and their families can't afford it. Wow. So when I was 18 years old, that is what I lobbied for in Illinois. And I told legislators, no child should be told that their love is too expensive. We need to reduce the rates of phone calls here, and we were able to successfully pass House Bill 6200, which reduced the rates of phone calls in Illinois to 7 cents per minute, which is phenomenal, and so many people were just so grateful. And so being here in Houston, Texas also has very low rates too, 6 cents per minute. However, like, there's so many people who still need assistance with that because of just the struggles that they deal with. And so I'm so grateful that this organization provides an immediate solution, immediate relief to families impacted by parental incarceration.
We're looking at some of these families impacted in the videos right now, and it's just such a tremendous cause. As Wandjell's talking, Scott Lazarson, chairman of the board, you were just nodding your head in agreement. You know, this is no small task. So talk about your involvement and what you're excited about as far as this foundation and what it needs.
Yeah. 2021, I heard this young lady, I have 5 kids myself, and so I don't know any 18-year-old that, let alone knows what the FCC is, but is meeting with the FCC and petitioning them to lower phone rates. So I was Larry King's director many years ago, and if anything, I know talent when I see it. And there is no better than Wandjell and her life story and her life mission. I immediately wrote her, I said, I'm all in. I live in Utah. I flew in, we've had amazing meetings, met with the Texans last night, about to announce a partnership with them, heading to Austin this afternoon to meet with the Attorney General. We really are doing some incredible work, but I know that your viewers, I know that anyone can contribute and be a part of this. My biggest aha moment with her was, as an 8-year-old, not being able to have a donut, having to drive to visit her mother, and there was no food or no access to food. So we launched a partnership with Inspired Brands, and now Dunkin' Donuts and Jimmy John's provides all the food when we bring these kids into the prisons. So I look back at young little 8-year-old Wandjell, and I hope that we can make it easier for literally, as she mentioned, 5 million kids in America impacted by parental incarceration.
And that statistic really is shocking. We're seeing some close-ups, by the way, of your family photos, Wandjell. I love these. I love the
Great.
frames.
Thank you.
Just the
Oh
looks
my
on your
God.
faces, you and your mother. It's beautiful. For viewers out there who might wonder how they can help, I mean, awareness is one thing, right? Just knowing that this issue exists. But can people donate? Can they get involved? Can they volunteer? What's the best way, Wandjell?
Absolutely. Well, they can definitely donate. Of course, we're grassroots. We're in the trenches, okay? And so we're doing this work. They can definitely donate, but we also need people's hearts, and we want them to come and volunteer with us. We want them to use their stories and encourage other kids in this situation to let them know there is a brighter side. We want literally anyone, entrepreneurs, if you have something that you feel like you can add to what we're doing, it's impacting everybody, either directly or indirectly. And so anyone who wants to be involved, they can go to our website, they can donate, they can send an inquiry wanting to volunteer. We want it all. We want everybody.
That's fantastic.
It really is.
By the
Gives
way,
me chills.
how's your family doing today?
Oh, they're doing great. My mom comes to prison with me all the time, and she is a hoot. Okay?
She's on our board of directors.
Yes.
She's on the board of directors with us.
Incredible.
Yes.
Incredible.
Well, Wandjell Harvey-Robinson, Scott Lazarson, thanks so much for stopping by Houston Life, and thanks for all your work.
This is amazing. Thank you guys so much. I can't wait to see what more we do here in Texas.
Absolutely.
Excellent. We love that. We're going to keep an eye on your website. Hey, by the way, we will be sharing a link to that website if you'd like to connect with the Freedom Child Foundation. Just visit our website, HoustonLife.tv, and look for that scene on Houston Life section. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you.